Yes. Okay. Perfect. They're working.
Perfect. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to our channel, YouTube channel and TikTok Live. I'm Dr. Natalie. Is my social media manager on YouTube channel manager, Liv. So we'll be going through some chiropractic myths.
Hey, Queen.
That's funny.
Hey, Queen.
What are some of the common chiropractic questions that we've been asked?
What are cracks? What does that sound you hear when
that's a good one.
You're giving adjustments?
Yeah, so the crack that you hear is obviously not you breaking the bone, or chiropractors breaking the bone, or we not there's no muscles or bones being rubbed against each other. The crack sound is the gas, the nitrogen, which is released in the stiff joint. So our joints or the synovial joints have got fluid, which provides a lubrication in the joints. And when that joint becomes stiff, it builds up that gas or nitrogen, that bubble inside that fluid. And when we do the adjustments, you hear a crack sound. So that's where the crack sound's coming from. Another common question is that okay if we crack our knuckles, or is that okay? Is that okay to self-manipulate our neck? Which I know a lot of people do. So the answer to that one is it's best to leave it to a health practitioner to do it, because when you're cracking your knuckles or self-manipulating yourself, you're not causing arthritis, but over the time you would joints, because when we as chiropractors, when we do the manual adjustments, we are moving the specific joints. So we target the specific joints that's got stiffness, and we try and release the stiffness in that joint. But when you're doing it, it's not as specific, and you might cause laxity and weakness in that area. And then over the time, you would build up more pain and more stiffness later on down the track. So so that's the answer to those two questions.
Someone asked a question about the activator. Do you want me to go grab it and you can explain how the activator works?
Sure.
I think they asked is it for bones, so you could.
So the activator is a low force alternative option to a manual adjustment. So it's specifically used on the joints. So the same thing, when we find a stiff joint, we use the activator on that particular joint to release tension, because if you have a look at this activator, when we release it, there would be a thrust. So this is it's got different settings on it. This is set on level 2. You can increase it to level 3 and up to level 4. So if you find stiffness in a particular area, in a particular joint, we use that to release or break any adhesions in that joint, and that restores movement. It's a preferred way of adjusting for people who don't like manual adjustments, or people who are taking warfarin or aspirin, or they've got severe arthritis or disc prolapse, and some damages has happened to the spine. So that's a preferred way of adjusting the spine. So that's why we like to tailor our techniques based on the patient's needs. Some people they respond better to manual adjustments, which is a bit more forceful, and some other people, they prefer the low force and they respond better to that technique.
Hi from Brazil. Thank you. Comment down below if you have any questions, guys. Where are we located? We're in Melbourne, Australia.
like to tune in.
They said will we collab? I think we'd like to if we lived in the US, but they're on the other side of the world, so
maybe one day, you never know.
I don't know if we can open the chat so we can see, because they're only as they pop up.
One of the common conditions that I see in the clinic is posture problems, especially for those people who sit at a desk. So for the desk workers that, you know, they spend a lot of time on screen. So definitely spinal health and spinal adjustments would help optimize the curvature in the spine, meaning that you can sit up straight, you can push your shoulders back. But a couple of you know, stretches that are my favorite as well, and I try to do them as well. I'll show you today. It might help you as well if you're looking into improve your posture. So one of them is very simple. You could do it at the desk. So what you do, you sit with your shoulders pushed back and down, and you bring your elbows close to your body and you open your arms and forearms like this, but you have to see that, you know, squeeze through your shoulder blade area. That basically strengthens that area of your back. So you basically keep your elbows close to your body and open your arms by squeezing your shoulder blade area. So that's a very good one. Another favorite of mine is upper traps stretch. So the way you do it is you bring your ear to your shoulder. You can grab and pull your head down towards the same side and hold it for 30 seconds. And then you do it for this side. But the key point is that you need to hold it for 30 seconds and more. If you don't hold it long enough, it's not gonna do much. So if you want to see the release, make sure you hold it for long enough. So at least 30 seconds. So that's another good one. The other favorite of mine is laying down on the foam roller and then use the foam roller around the thoracic spine and then roll it up and you roll your body up and down, and then you create a really nice stretch through there. It gets rid of the tension in the thoracic spine. So that's another really good one. But I wish if I could show you, but the good news is we are starting a brand new YouTube channel covering all these stretches and exercises that are going to help you with, you know, back issues, posture problems, TMJ or jaw problems or headaches. So stay tuned. We'll be uploading some videos hopefully by the end of this week. And the channel is called Your Wellness with Nat and Jay. We will definitely link that to this live so you can tune in, and we'll be providing some really good content, educational content, which will be useful.
Someone said the audio is cutting in and out, so I might put the mic on. I'm going to plug in a mic. Can you guys let us know if you can still hear us after I plug this in? Comment if you can still hear us and if that's better.
Sounds great. Okay, perfect.
I think the TikTok one was fine. Oh, the YouTube said it's way better. I think it's the
Okay.
stream itself that's lagging.
Perfect.
The audio sounded fine.
Someone asked what stretches or exercises we could do for coccyx or tailbone pain. So often a lot of people, like people who do sit down for a long period of time, they experience pain in the tailbone area or coccyx area. I would recommend doing some glutes or performance strengthening exercises like pelvic bridge, or any other, relative strengthening exercises for glutes and hamstrings. So you really, really need to work on building up your core and glutes. So yeah, that's been very neglected. That's why you build up a lot of weakness in that area. Yeah. No worries. See ya. Bye-bye.
What about TMJ, stretches for TMJ? I know mine comes a lot from my neck. I've noticed since I've started doing social media work, I'm on my phone like this all the time.
Yeah.
I've noticed even tightness through my pecs and through that SEM. So
yeah,
if you could explain stretches.
So definitely. So when we're looking down and spending time on the screen like this, our head shifts forward. So you build up a forward head carriage. And that, what it does, it creates a lot of stiffness through your suboccipital, especially your first and second vertebra. And C1 and C2 dysfunction can, it correlates with the TMJ dysfunction as well. So that would create clicking or tension around the TMJ. And then also, around CM and pecs, because you're constantly doing this, and the weight of the head is fallen on onto those muscles at the front of the neck. So things that you could do to help with that, I would recommend practicing neck extension exercises. There is this little, that neck extension thing that you can lay down on. I've got it in my room.
Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, if you go grab it, I'll show you guys. So otherwise, if you don't have that, it's okay. You can basically practice some neck extension exercises. So you can bring a towel, roll it, and do this type of movement. So that pushes your head on top of the spine, so where it actually is meant to sit. Or you can lay down on one of these for 5 to 10 minutes to create a really good curve or lordosis through your cervical spine. Massaging through your TMJ, your different muscles of jaw would also release it. The other thing would help if you do clench at night time, is good to make sure you're relaxing your facial muscles, or you can listen to guided meditations that guides you through relaxing different parts of your jaw, your head, and different parts of the body, and that eventually helps you fall into a deeper sleep. And that means it would be less likely for you to clench, and make sure you leave a gap. When you're before you fall asleep, make sure you're not actually clench your teeth before you fall asleep. Make sure you have a gap in between your teeth, so that stops you from clenching even more throughout the night. So these are the most common ones. Meditation really helps, and actively try and relax your muscles. Massaging through your jaw like this. So you start from here and you move your finger down, or your thumbs down, and while you bring your thumbs down, you can open your mouth to create more stretch, like so. That's also a very good one too. But a lot of these issues are connected to poor posture, so I would say get that checked, get your posture checked by a practitioner, and we'll definitely be able to help you improve your posture and improve the TMJ problem.
On that, I have a question because I've been trying to improve my posture, but I notice when I actually do try to sit up straight, it actually gets tiring and it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How do you
Good
fix
question.
that?
So I know I know Liv does a lot of strength training, so that's really good because you're engaging the muscles that you haven't been using anyway. Because when we adapt to this type of posture, we use the muscles that we're not meant to use. And when we want to adapt to this kind of posture, we need to use the muscles that we've never used before. So strength training is really helpful. You might have got some misalignments or dysfunction in throughout the spine that you need to clear before you be able to, create that neutral spinal position. So, for you to be able to sit up straight. So I would say it's either a combination of a few different things. You've got, you need to see a chiropractor to create a better spinal curvature. Second of all, you need to do strength training to build up more strength.
Yeah.
And at the end, you have to understand that, change of habit, it takes time. So don't get frustrated if you can't sit up like sit straight for forever. Obviously, no one's perfect. We tend to adapt to a slash posture anyway. As long as you try and keep reminding yourself, and as soon as you catch yourself, you try and correct it. Practice that upright sitting, and then the more you practice this, you are training your brain to adapt to a better posture. So it takes time, and don't be harsh on yourself.
Yeah. I think the TikTok AI said chiropractic myths. Are there any more myths we can bust?
What else? Another common question is that, when you go to a chiropractor, you have to go forever. This isn't true. It's like, some people, they come for different reasons. So when they come in with symptoms, with pain, we try and help them with that, and we resolve it. After that, we normally recommend to maintain it. It's like when you go to the gym. So do you want to lose weight and build up muscles? Do you want to go for 3 months and then stop it? Or do you prefer to build up a routine and, have an ongoing routine to, look after your health and diet? So this is pretty much the same. We normally recommend, ongoing treatments because, it would support your spinal health and it prevents injuries and flare-ups. But it's not everyone's choice. So it's pretty much, whatever you're after with your, spinal health journey. So that was another one that that came up to my mind. But if you guys have another questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we have to wrap up because our next patient will be here soon.
I'll read that out because when we post this to YouTube, they don't see the comments. So I think we talked about this early on in the video, but we'll mention it again. Someone asked, does an adjustment actually put bones back in place, or is it just a release of the nitrogen gas?
Yes, that's exactly what we covered earlier in the video. So it's our joints are made up of synovial joints, meaning that it's got fluid around the joint to support a better lubrication, a better movement. So when a joint becomes stiff, a gas builds up in that stiff joint, a nitrogen gas, as you mentioned. So when we do manual adjustments, that gas pops and it creates that crack sand. So it's not that, the bones are back into place, or, we're not cracking or breaking bones, or we're not, rubbing bones against each other or anything like that. It's just the joint which has, the stiffness which has been released from that joint, and that gas is being released and you hear that crack sound.
I think someone else asked a question. Hello from Mexico. Thank you for your support.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
How can we alleviate back pain?
Okay, depends on the actual cause. Hello. So there are some specific stretches. Yes, you can go. Stretches that you could do. I think it's best if they stay tuned and they refer to our new YouTube channel, which is coming up, and we would explain different causes of back pain, different causes of sciatica, and specific exercises which you could do to improve a back pain. So there are videos uploaded by the end of this week. So the channel is called Your Wellness with Nat and Jay. So I would say if you stay tuned and refer to those, if you watch those videos, you'll definitely get really valuable content, which might help with your lower back pain as well.
Was that our next patient?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we'll have to finish soon.
Yes, we need to
we need
finish.
To end soon. Someone asked about the Activator again. So if you want to quickly go back.
Explaining what Activator does.
How does the pen type thing help with the adjustment?
Okay, so it's a low force option, a low force, adjusting tool that helps us restore movement. Basically, it gives a little thrust to the joint that it's stiff, and that restores movement back into the joint. So it's just a preferred way of adjustment for people who are more fragile. They've got severe arthritis or disc bulges and things like that. So manual adjustments, we do manual adjustments as well, but it might not be a preferred way of adjusting for everyone. That's why it's good to tailor our technique based on everyone's need.
Someone asked if you could quickly show some neck exercises. If you didn't see before, we also talked about, what would you call this? Not a tool, but...
A neck extension, I don't know, pillow that you could practice.
You lie on it like that. So if that was on the floor and you put your head back like that and stay there for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes. I think we need to wrap up because our next patient is here. So thank you everyone for joining and asking us questions. We'll hopefully come back live sometime next week, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you subscribe, you like or make comments and watch our videos. We'll be uploading another video on this channel by the end of this week as well.
Tonight. It's actually
tonight.
Yeah, it's uploading
Okay,
to 4K, so it's taking its time, but it'll be up soon, probably within the next few hours. So keep an eye out for that. I know someone asked about exercises, but Nat's got a channel coming that will go into more depth for exercises for everything, for your back, for your neck, and for other stuff as well. So keep an eye out for that. We'll link it. I'll probably start linking it in our videos if you can't find it. So.
Yes, sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you for
guys,
joining,
thank you guys.
We really appreciate your support. And yeah, keep an eye out for the YouTube video. It's coming tonight.
Perfect.
Bye.
Thank you.